Hello everyone, in today's video we're going to be doing a quick comparison between the Samsung Galaxy A9 Plus and the all-new iPad A16. Before I start the comparison, I do want to mention the Samsung one is about 1/3 or even 1/2 more budget friendly than the iPod. Let's start with the design. First, both of these are 11 inches and they are pretty similar in size, even the bezel wise. Now the iPod does have aluminum body. Matter of fact, both of these do. You do have a little connector pins here, single camera on the back. Pretty nice design. I mean, I have nothing bad to say. I do like the color as well. USB-C on this side. We have speakers on both sides. We do have the Touch ID. Now this one unlocks with the Touch ID, while the Samsung does have the facial recognition. Design-wise, both, as I mentioned, aluminum bodies, both single cameras on the back. Both do have USB-C stereo speakers on both of these. So design-wise, pretty similar. The only difference would be this one does have the SD card expansion, so that would be one difference between the two. Now when it comes to the performance, we have the A16 CPU on the iPad, and then we have Snapdragon 695 on the Samsung. Whenever it comes the mobile CPUs, the Apple really is the king. They do have the best performance chips. Performance wise, I would definitely have to give it to the iPod. Now the Samsung can definitely hang. Now, there's one tricky situation with the Samsung. If you do end up going with 64 gigabytes, you get 4 gigabytes of RAM. But if you get 128 gigabytes of storage, you get 8 gigabytes of RAM. And that's the one that I would definitely recommend. It's going to make it future-proof, and the performance, multitasking, and everything else will make it much more smoother. Now, when it comes to display, as already mentioned, both are 11 inches. There's one difference in the panel. The Samsung one has TFT LCD, while the iPad has IPS LCD. Resolution 2360 x 1640 on the iPad with 264 pixels per inch, 60 Hz refresh rate, 500 nits of brightness. While the Samsung does have the same 500 nits of brightness, it does have the different resolution, 1920 x 1200, and also a little bit lower pixels per inch, 206, but it does have 90 Hz refresh rate compared to the iPad 60 Hz. So if you enjoy gaming, the extra 30 Hz will definitely help. Now, when it comes to the cameras, again, there's going to be a bit of a big difference between the cameras. Now, the Samsung has 8 megapixel main on the back and then 5 megapixel front. It can end up recording videos in the full HD, which will be 1080p at 30 FPS. While the iPad does have more better cameras there, I believe they do end up using their iPhone cameras. I'm not sure which iPhone, but they do have 12 megapixel wide camera on the back with the aperture of 1.8, and then we have 12 megapixel landscape center stage front facing camera. Let me tell you, this front facing camera is really good. On top of that, you can also end up recording 4K videos at 24, 25, 30, and 60 FPS with the rear facing camera. So again, the advantage, I would have to give it to the iPod. Now, battery wise, the iPad does have a little bit bigger battery, but overall use day-to-day tasks doing the same things, I would say they're really on the par. I can't say one is better than the other one. So overall, battery wise, I would say it would be an even score. Charging wise, the iPad USB-C 20 watts wired, while the Samsung has also USB-C at 15 watts. Now, the big difference between the two is, of course, the operating system. We have the iOS and then we have the Android. I'm not going to go too much on it. People already made up their mind what they like. Some people love Android, some people love iOS. Now, since the iPad is definitely a newer tablet, it does have better connectivity. So Wi-Fi 6 versus Wi-Fi 5 on the Samsung, and it also has Bluetooth 5.3 versus Bluetooth 5.1. Now, when it comes to the speakers, both actually have really impressive speakers. The iPad has the landscape stereo speakers, while the Samsung also has quad speakers with Dolby Atmos. So whichever tablet you end up getting, you will definitely appreciate the sound that's coming out of these tablets. Now, for the people watching this video, and you're probably wondering which one I would recommend. Now, if you want a really good performing budget-friendly tablet that's gonna let you do high-end gaming and heavy multitasking, iPad is the one for you. Again, if you enjoy iOS system, you want the Apple Pencil support, again, iPad would be the one for you. But if you're looking for a more budget-friendly tablet, you concentrate more on the media consumption, web browsing, and casual arcade games, then the Samsung would be the one for you, especially if you do like the Android ecosystem and the Samsung One UI. On top of that, you do have the micro SD card support on the Samsung One. Overall, both really good budget-friendly tablets, so whichever one you end up deciding should be a good choice. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day.